that's my way to take out the feedback. Put the headphones on and then sit down right after that. Instead of like being right next to it and then opening it, you feel me? And then it does the whole thing. 100%. Man, that was loud. You heard that? Listen, man. In contrast to what they think is about to happen, the answer is no. This is not the Seattle Seahawks fan club.
It's not.
What is it? Cody's Corner. I'm just going to start off rip. Hello, everybody, and welcome officially to Cody's Corner, Cody's week-by-week hot takes on who's going to take the W in the sports you're worried about. I'm sat by side by the one and only David.
What's going on? What's going on?
And we're here for a good one, man. Look, there's some stuff on this list ready for today that I'm not going to lie to you, pissed me off.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm sorry, because now I feel like the spitter pause that we were talking about in the last episode.
Right.
There's a lot going on. I got to tell you, this really bothered me. I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah.
But I'm really ready to have it in front of me because it bothered me. Not sports just yet. Just hold on for a second, David. I got something else.
I know what it is. I'm already getting
the top
there.
100 Apple albums
Yeah. I know.
was, could I say, disrespectful to a lot of music out there, bro.
I mean,
It was.
there was some very important albums on there.
No, they did mention some of the best, but then I did feel like there was some in between that were just put there, you know, I don't want to say for clout.
I feel like, see, the problem is that there's so much music, and that music's been going on like since the dawn of time, right? You know what I mean?
Right, and it's also like per opinion, like, oh,
Hey,
my top 100 is not your top 100.
100,
not, you know.
Well, exactly. Like
You were trying not to say 100%. Yeah, word.
Music is, it's super like opinionative and selective. So I think that anything that was left off the list, it's hard for me to say like, oh, are we just thinking that because
that's our opinion?
Yeah, because like we're biased.
Okay,
You know what
here's
I mean?
my problem. Ready?
Yeah.
I'm a big rap guy at the end of the day. It's no mystery to anybody, right? How are you going to put SZA's SOS?
Yeah.
And I love that album.
was a
Respectfully,
good album.
It's a great album.
Good
Fantastic album. I don't know how it will withstand the test of time, because to me that's what good music is. We've had this conversation.
Right.
But you had SOS by SZA over All Eyes on Me by Tupac and Illmatic by Nas.
And then you got we're not even gonna talk about the ones that weren't even on there.
What? All right. Was there one that you feel like wasn't on there, definitely should have been on there?
I mean, I'm looking at the list of some of these, so we're gonna go. I mean,
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up in front of me myself.
Kanye West, Graduation,
It's not on there?
wasn't on there.
That's interesting.
Kendrick, To Pimp a Butterfly, wasn't on there. The Eminem Show wasn't on there. I could probably do without that. Dr. Dre, 2001 though, wasn't on
Which
there.
is great. Is the Chronic on there, though?
I didn't see if the Chronic was
You
on
know,
there.
we have technology, right? The only Kanye album.
If you're reading this is too late, it's not. I don't think that should have been on there.
No, I agree. I don't know if that should have been on there.
The Carter 3, maybe. Carter 3 was an excellent rap album. But if you're talking
None of the Carters was on there.
the only ones that I really think out of that are Dr. Dre 2001 and Kanye West Graduation. Kanye West Graduation is a work of art.
So
The beat select, like the everything.
No, I agree. Like
and
breakdown from song to song, flashing lights, stronger.
Not only that, but it's also
Champion,
it was also
Good
one
Morning.
of, it was also one of those. It was an important time in hip hop.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like 106 and
That
Park was
transition.
around.
That transition.
And like it was like I remember that album coming out, and it was him and 50 on 106 and Park. Like, oh, my album's gonna do better than yours, and this and that, and like, oh, I bet, like, you know what I mean? It was a whole thing.
The history of it.
Right. Like, it was the whole thing, and so it was dope. And then Kanye ended up like blowing him out the water because it's Kanye West, and this is at this point 50 Cent was like, you know, it was Ayo Technology 50. So
I also feel like that was a very pivotal moment in rap history, because that was when I feel like rap music just got socially less aggressive. If you,
I mean,
if I might say.
it was the prime of like backpack rap.
What does that mean?
Like Kanye, that's what backpack.
I mean, what? Because he had the
rapper.
backpack on.
Well, I mean, that's what you call it. But Kanye, Lupe Fiasco, Kid Cudi, these are all
common rap. Drake,
Wiz Khalifa, like you could even call it that type of Drake too. Like those are all like that backpack type of rappers.
It stopped being gangster rap at all times, and it started back. I've never heard that before. Backpack rap. It's an interesting Chance the Rapper,
right?
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
People that were calm about. You know.
I mean, well, like Chance the Rapper's a little newer, but yeah. Taking
like you wouldn't have had that if it wasn't for
right that. And Kanye's really the originator of that because even look at what Kanye came up with Rockefeller and they were all like Beanie Siegel and all them like that was gangster rap.
So not to cut you off, I was looking at this list right now. The Chronic is at 19, Dr. Dre.
Okay.
Where My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is the only Kanye West album. Which if you ask me, that's his best album.
That's his best?
To me.
Yeah, it is a good one.
That was at 26.
I could see that one being over. If that's the case, all right, I'll take that.
It's the only Kanye. You could argue that a lot of Kanye albums should be or shouldn't be.
But I'll take that one to be the one that's now, on there.
This is one that bothered me, and it's not because I'm not a fan. How do you feel about Frank Ocean? I feel like we've spoken about other artists in the past, so I'm curious.
I mean, I think he's really talented.
Right.
May be a little overhyped.
Okay. Not consistent with music, some might say.
But that is his gimmick, right?
Yeah.
That's his thing. Like, I'm going to release...
His fan base is used to that.
Yeah. So, I mean, there was also... I saw, like a video, like, on how his career went. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of... There was a lot of stuff going on with his label and like
behind the scenes kind of stuff.
like he promised and then like he promised an album, and instead of doing that it was like a video album, but it was just to satisfy the rest of his contract, and then he came out with Blonde and his like,
I have heard this.
You know what I mean? Like so it was the whole thing, but Blonde is on there.
Blonde is at 5.
Damn. 5?
5. Can I just tell you the 4 before him? Should I say after him? 6, 7, 8, and 9?
I think I know the first one. I know the first 2.
Okay. Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder is right before that.
That's 4.
That's 6.
6.
I'm talking about the ones below. So if he's 5, these are the ones that are below 5.
Gotcha.
Good Kid, Mad City is 7. Back to Black by Amy Winehouse is 8. And then Nevermind by Nirvana, which is the one with the baby in the pool. Mm-hmm. Those are all right before Blonde. Now, I have no problem with 4, 3, and 2. Honestly, 1 to 4, in any order, I feel like is arguably correct in The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, Thriller by Michael Jackson, Abbey Road by the Beatles, and Purple Rain by Prince.
You wouldn't have put Thriller number 1?
I think I would have. I think
that was my. And listen, I understand that.
Yeah.
That Lauryn Hill album, crazy.
Fantastic.
Amount,
I have it on vinyl myself.
Crazy amount of accolades, like all that. You know what
Zion,
I mean? Like, yeah,
and
like all that good stuff. So, but
over a lot, I think that
over Mike Jack though.
Over Mike Jack though.
over Jack,
Thriller.
Right.
Thriller by itself.
Dude, should we look? What's the track list of Thriller?
Look, I mean, hey, we can go through that all day long.
We really could.
Could I say this?
Go ahead.
Since you're on rap, The Blueprint by Jay-Z is number 13.
Well,
where Blonde is at 5. All right, let me relax because I'm not a Frank Ocean hater. I actually love Frank Ocean. I know you got Boo Boo Family, all that. I love all that. We can get stuck on this forever.
Thriller, Beat It, Billie Jean.
Come on.
PYT.
Come on.
Want to be starting something? The girl is mine. Jesus.
All the Walgreens, CVS, Target, ShopRite workers are listening to their track list right now.
Yeah, this is crazy. This album is literally 9 songs of absolute
heat. Don't miss, like back to back to back to back.
Man, I'm
telling you. And then they put Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill's fantastic.
Great album.
Amazing.
I don't think I'm putting it over Thriller.
I agree. I think I'm going to have to put Thriller at 1.
Yeah.
So we'll just leave that right there. But on the same topic as putting things above or under what have you. Little stupid fact. This is a holiday today. This is the 28th. This is gonna come out the 29th. Today's National Hamburger Day.
Yeah, it is.
That's an interesting one because when you said that to me before, I said to you, I haven't had a hamburger since probably like before puberty.
Yeah, and I looked at you like you were crazy.
Well, I didn't know that this also like applied to cheeseburger celebration.
But I really do want to backtrack, and I want to get back to that statement. So, you've never been to a barbecue.
I have been to a barbecue, yes.
And there wasn't any cheese, or cheese ran out. And you're like, damn.
I was probably having a hot dog. Bro. But it's not because I have a problem with hamburgers are fire. But I feel like as a child, when I found out, oh my God, you could put cheese on this? I never looked back. Like it was a one-way road, and then anything before that, hamburgers were for children prior.
You could put different types of cheeses?
Hold on. Can we just put facts out there? The white Kraft cheese
is crazy
on the cheeseburger.
Is a crazy
Come
burger.
on, bro. It's not even
burger.
close.
It's
it's
a
not
crazy
even.
burger.
I'm talking about barbecue burgers though, like cookout.
Cookout Bubba burgers.
Yeah.
Some Kraft singles.
Kraft white singles.
Yeah.
Yo, come on, bro.
Yeah. Those smell really good.
But the yellow ones are also good, but there's something about the white.
So, without going to the list here
of what?
Of burger spots. Off the
you
top.
have a list of burger spots.
I've got a list.
Let's hear it. I didn't know you were so prepared on this.
It's a national holiday. You're losing me here. I don't know.
So serious.
I don't know.
It's a national holiday.
But with that being said, before I go down the list, what's your favorite burger spot?
Like a mom and pop? You're talking about like a
chain? It could be a mom and pop, or it could be a chain. The list I have here is all chain.
I'm gonna say, if I'm talking chain, talking about like fast food included and all that, or you talking about like a sit down?
Either way, bro, because there's
a burger. Oh man, but the thing
you want to keep. All right, you know what? Let's keep it chain.
Chain. Okay.
Let's keep it chain to not freaking drive you off a cliff.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. No, because you can have a good burger anywhere. So I'm thinking, if I was having a good burger, it's probably gonna be. I'm a Jersey head though, man. I gotta take any diner. I said chain over a chain. No, but it's.
I just pick a chain.
Oh my God.
I get it. Trust me. I'm Jersey too. So I would love a
Five Guys.
Okay.
Five Guys is my answer.
All right.
Talking chain, Five Guys. If you're talking fast food, Burger King.
Five Guys over Smash Burger.
Yes.
Shake Shack.
Yeah.
Over Shake Shack?
Shake Shack burgers are good.
Shake Shack burgers are very good.
Now, where do you put White Castle in this argument? The little slider.
I put
slider.
I'm not gonna hold you. I put White Castle. See, on the bracket here, they've got
a bracket. What is it? The playoffs? And then we got Applebee's against No, shut. That is what it is. Can I see that? Shut the hell up, David. Okay, so can we just do this really quick? We'll just go down really quick.
Go ahead.
I've never had a Mr. Beast burger.
I've never had a Mr. Beast burger.
There's one in American Dream.
There is one in American Dream.
I've heard that it's good though.
Yeah, I've heard it's really good too.
Okay,
it has to be, right? The guy's a millionaire.
Right.
They'll do something right.
Now, a burger you've never had or Shake Shack? I'm gonna say Shake Shack. I'm
gonna say Shake Shack too.
Okay. So then Shake Shack's there. Then you got McDonald's or Burger King? Burger King.
What?
Burger King, easy. I'm a big Burger King head.
What?
If look, the big three. I'm not talking.
You're talking about childish. You're talking about being a child.
No,
Burger King is for children.
You're a loser for saying that, bro.
Burger King is for children.
It's not.
That's why they have the stupid crown for the kids.
They have McDonald's like invented the playground in the restaurant. Stop it, dude. You're out of your mind.
Stop it, dude.
I'm gonna tell you off top why you're wrong. Because since we're celebrating burgers, right?
Let's do it.
Any burger that still has sesame seeds on the bun is over most.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna put it like that to you. A naked burger, like McDonald's has naked burgers, and they're good.
They have both.
They have both. every burger.
Quarter pounder with cheese.
Quarter pounder does have sesame seeds.
Quarter pounder with cheese is better than any burger Burger King has.
You're out of your mind.
I'm not.
Not better than a Whopper.
You're crazy.
Not better than a Whopper.
You're crazy.
Why? Can we look? We're not talking about Burger King.
Why?
I'm a Burger King advocate.
Whatever. I've got Mickey D's. I've got Mickey D's.
They got better fries.
No, they don't.
They have better fries.
No, they don't.
They're thicker. They have McDonald's fries are like potato sticks. No. You just go to your abuela's house and she would like put like potato sticks on like the banco bistec, whatever.
I understand what you're saying.
Potato sticks, not real fries.
No, you're bugging. Fresh Mickey D fries, perfectly like salted.
And the nuggets aren't even nuggets at McDonald's.
The nuggets
they're gray on the inside.
The nuggets at Burger King suck.
You're out of your mind.
I
don't know. When was the last time you had a
Burger
King nugget?
You'll get a sack of nuggets, won't you? You're disgusting.
A big old sack of nuggets. And you know what? I'm dogging that sack of nuggets. No diddy. Ripping that shit. They got buffalo sauce and everything. Chicken fries? Give me a fucking break.
Okay, you're absolutely disgusting.
I'm telling you,
bro.
Yo,
those nuggets are so bad, yo.
When was the last time you had Burger King nuggets? What was the last time?
It has to be like a year or so now because I refuse to get them because they're bad.
And you're wildin'.
They're not good.
Okay,
continue with the bracket.
Yeah, please. Dude. Okay, so we'll give it to you because I know you won't let it go. McDonald's, fine. Culver's, never heard of that. You ever heard of that?
No.
Or Sonic. I'm gonna say Sonic.
I'm gonna say Sonic because I've never been to Culver.
Wendy's or White Castle. That's a hard one.
Not for me.
What?
White Castle.
You don't like Wendy's?
I love Wendy's, but I love White Castle.
A good old Dave's double? Come on, bro.
Man. You get those freaking 4 sliders.
No, you could but you can pound those down all day.
No, but I'm saying it's the perfect amount. The 4 sliders, the crinkle fries are crazy.
The chicken rings.
Come on, dude.
Come on, bro. I'm with you.
Chicken rings, fish nibblers.
I'm sorry? No. No, hell no. All right, bro. What is a fish nibbler, bro? Yo.
They're like little.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, see, that's what I had to. Man, you might be out of your mind, dude. What in the world is a fish nibbler? I'm gonna give you White Castle. Do you want to tell me what a fish nibbler is?
They're like little fish bites. And they come with like a little marinara sauce. They're delicious.
I've never nibbled on a fish nibbler.
They're absolutely delicious.
So please, because I will rip into fish nibblers if you let me. Topic wise, however, I want to get to this bracket. We got a lot to talk about.
You're right.
This isn't the food podcast.
You're right.
I'm about to be in here like, yes, chef. Okay, so then that becomes Shake Shack or McDonald's.
Shake Shack.
You like Shake Shack burgers that much? I think the last time I had Shake Shack, I might have been like 18, bro.
I think a Shake Shack burger is pretty good, man.
It's like it's like smaller, right?
And it's also not a burger that I have all the time.
So you enjoy it more.
I believe so.
It's like not a delicacy.
And I really like a crinkle fry, man.
I also enjoy a good crinkle fry. Crinkle or waffle is better, would you say?
Crinkle.
Crinkle or curly?
Crinkle.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, man, because you know what? You know what it is about curly? Sometimes they get all clumped together and that's
the best, and you just
that's the
noodle it up. You just like, you know?
I'm good. Give me the crinkle fries.
All right. So crinkle fry in Shake Shack.
Yeah.
Then you got Sonic or White Castle.
White Castle.
That one's easy. All right, so then you got Shake Shack.
And White Castle, that would be the...
No. We just did Shake Shack. No. Yes. No.
Bro, where are you in the bracket right now?
All right, I can't follow. So then it's Shake Shack was here, and then they won, so they're up here.
Yeah.
And then White Castle beat...
Shake Shack is the ultimate. Shake Shack and White Castle.
I'm not going to lie to you. Your list is so opposite from anything I would have chosen. Shake Shack and White Castle?
And that's only the first slide. There's a whole different set of burgers.
Get out of here, bro. That's
all I was trying to tell you.
That big-ass list.
So I'm trying to tell you. There's 5 guys on here. Steak and Shake, Whataburger, Smash Burger, In-N-Out, Dairy Queen, Checkers, Jack in the Box. Checkers is fire.
Checkers is very slept on. They don't know about Checkers
at all. Or Rallies, depending on where you're from.
I don't know what that is either, bro.
Well, Checkers and Rallies is the same thing.
Is it like the same company?
Yeah.
Oh, I've only had it as Checkers, I guess. And a lot of those other ones I've never had. Like, I don't think I've ever had Whataburger. I've never had In-N-Out Burger. That's a hard one. I think the other side, I'm glad we did the one side because I knew like 80% of it.
Yeah.
So, on that note, right?
Another special day, right?
Why is that? Tell us,
David. We are 100 days away from the NFL.
All right, we can clap that up.
You know what I mean?
And you know what? Maybe you should eat that burger that you celebrate with today in celebration.
You know what's funny?
You should applaud yourself for getting this far into the season without football.
You know what's crazy? I didn't even think about getting a burger today.
Why would you not?
I didn't even think about it.
But you knew the holiday, but you didn't know the
but I was thinking
have one.
Yeah, because I was thinking like I'm gonna go home, probably have like a smoothie or some shit like that.
You know what would go great with that smoothie?
Trying not to eat a fucking burger.
A burger. That's all I'm saying. If you were a Wendy's advocate, which you're not, you
know what?
A burger
if there was a Shake Shack, I'd probably stop in.
You're out of your mind, dude. So, I would assume that you would eat the thing that it's the holiday for on the day of the holiday. If it was National Pizza Day.
It's crazy how you're coming at me and you didn't even know that it was National Hamburger
but
Day.
I know how to celebrate.
Are you going to go have a cheeseburger today?
I might. Actually, I probably won't.
See, there you go.
But I wasn't aware of
Look how the
tables
have turned, my friend.
Whatever. So, yes, 100 days left until NFL. We're really looking forward to that, obviously. Today, as you can see, wherever it's at, we're getting into the Jets schedule. David has taken the liberty of not even looking at the schedule, which has to be hard because you're dodging Instagram and different posts.
I want
Cody's
to be
Corner.
I want to give a very organic and genuine prediction.
He does that for you guys. For the people. We applaud you for your hard work and dedication to the cause.
Don't need it.
Before we get into that, since we're talking about the Jets today, I know you mentioned something to me about a ranked cornerbacks of all time.
Yes.
Kind of little list, yes. And there might have been a specific Jet that we may or may not know that may have been listed on that.
Yeah.
So
that where did I put? Where is that list now? Because there's a million of them. Yeah, man. So the list starts with at number 10.
Yeah.
Aqib Talib.
Okay.
The Broncos.
Great corner.
9, Stephon Gilmore. This is, by the way, this is NFL historic. This is their list.
This is from NFL.
Right.
Okay.
No, from NFL historic.
Okay, so
whatever.
Are they not also sponsored by NFL? This is like someone who made their own.
Yeah, this is like so whatever.
I got you.
And this is top 10 cornerbacks of the 21st century.
Stephon Gilmore's 9.
Stephon Gilmore's 9.
Okay, not mad at that either.
Jalen Ramsey at 8. 7, Rondé Barber.
Okay.
Ty Law at 6.
Okay, he was good. Nasty, actually.
Patrick Peterson at 5.
How do you feel about him at 5?
Richard Sherman at 4. Charles Woodson at 3.
Okay, not mad at that.
Darrelle Revis at 2.
Okay, shout him out.
And Champ Bailey at 1.
Okay,
right.
This is when I didn't know it was 2 and 1. I thought it was just one above the other. I didn't know the numbers. So you're telling me I'm not mad at that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not mad at that, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think that one thing that we've always mentioned and stood on as one of our principles in the show when talking about the greats of all time is that when you're talking about these people, longevity is important. And how consistent were you doing that on a certain amount of time, right? Throughout your NFL career.
And Champ Bailey was doing it for
Bailey was doing it for a while. I think that Darrelle at his best was better than Champ Bailey maybe at his best, but then Darrelle slowly de-escalated throughout his career. Which you have to understand at the end of the day, because it hurts me to say that too. I'm a Jets fan, but I think to be great is to be consistently good, and I think that's important.
I mean,
not to say that Darrelle wasn't consistent, but I think Champ was for longer.
Champ was for longer, but again, Darrelle Revis's best was better.
Okay,
a lot better. And you know that.
I mean, of course I know that.
A lot better.
No one knows that more than me and the people that I associate myself with.
So I don't. I mean, hey, I didn't make the list. I probably would have put. I think I would have even put Stephon Gilmore a little bit higher too than 9. Honestly.
How do you? I don't know how I feel about Patrick Peterson at 5. I think that Patrick Peterson was a fantastic corner. Wasn't he on the Cardinals?
Yes.
Yeah,
100%,
bro. So I don't want to take anything away from him. Like I said, I do think Stephon Gilmore should be higher. Maybe Jalen Ramsey could be a little lower.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey's at 8. So he's right above Stephon.
I do think that he is top 10. I think the list is solid as far as who's on it. But the order might need to be tweaked a little bit.
The order might need to be tweaked.
However, I can confidently say.
Would you have put Ty Law at 6?
Yeah. I think Ty Law was nasty.
Ty Law was nasty. Bro.
He was nasty, bro.
All right.
So, with that being said, I think we got to agree to disagree. Obviously, this is a Jets-friendly podcast. No disrespect 100%. To 24. A couple episodes ago, I wore the shirt. I was at the game when they retired his jersey as a Jet. So, definitely a big fan, for sure, without a doubt. But,
that's what we do.
Champ Bailey, he was fantastic. So, with that being said, talking about Jets of the past, we're here to talk about the Jets of the present. Getting a little into it. Let's talk about what order and how do you think the Jets are going to do from week 1 to week 18 now?
All right.
All right, so let's get into it.
So how are we gonna attack this? I'm gonna go ahead and
if you want,
am I giving you a spread? Do I do a spread, or is it just a win or a loss? What do you want?
Let's do win or loss.
Okay.
And then if you want to talk like something you might think happened in the game, how does it go? A spread would have you. We'll hop into it as we go along, just like we used to do last season, right? One pick, and then maybe as it goes on, maybe a parlay of some sort. We'll just see how the night takes us.
Let's see how it goes. Let's
see. First game, Monday Night Football at San Francisco. You already know. We spoke about it. 8:20, September 9th. The Jets at San Francisco. Hard one to start off with.
Very hard one to start off with.
Yeah.
San Francisco's got continuity. San Francisco has something to prove.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers has a history.
Rodgers has a lot to prove too, though.
He does.
Look at him.
However, Rodgers isn't in the same. He's got to build.
No. Continue.
He's got to build that chemistry over there still. So, I really hate to do it, but I think I just have to go with San Fran.
I'm not upset at you for that. Obviously, they just went to the Super Bowl. They have proved it. I'm going to say the difference between looking at the Jets win or a San Francisco win is that I think that the Jets have a higher ceiling, being that if they do play great, they'll play fantastic football. But I think that the San Francisco has a higher floor.
Well, I don't think – let me just say this too, and I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means. Our defense is still there.
Yeah.
So don't get it twisted. And Aaron Rodgers has also been in the league for years now, so there's not much he hasn't seen.
Mm-hmm.
And, whatever. And he's been on the sideline and all that good stuff. So, right. But I don't know. I guess I'm just giving the edge to San Fran being home, being together, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much bringing everybody back, the same team. So,
right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep tally of your list, right?
Yeah.
Just for the sake of it, right? The same as the burger bracket, what have you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the Jets win this game, man. I honestly think that Aaron Rodgers is coming back. Obviously, like, the world is ready to see, and the world being, the tri-state area, really wants to know exactly what he's going to do, how he shows up.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he has all these receivers that are ready for him to come back. There was a lot of, last season was, if Aaron was here, he would have X. This guy would have X. This guy would have Y. This guy, you know what I mean? So, not only is the Jets organization really dependent on how good Aaron is this year, but I think that between his controversial surgery and what's going on with him, it looks like he was always ready, walking around very, very sociable on the sideline last season. He's trying to show everybody that he's not here to play around this season. Coming back on that same Monday Night Football,
I believe it.
I think that's why I believe in them. I think I'm gonna give Jets the edge on this one.
I love it.
And I'm gonna say, if we're talking spread, like you said, I think it's gonna be a close game. I'll put Jets -5. Win by a field goal, maybe.
They gotta win by more. They have to win by more than if they have to
No,
win
I'm
by
sorry, two field goals.
two field
I'm
goals.
sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
misspoke. 2 field goals. I think it's gonna be up to that though.
I'm not gonna touch that spread. I'm not even.
Wouldn't do it. Wouldn't touch it with a pole.
Nope.
All right, so let's give you one that they would touch with a pole. You got at Tennessee. Sunday, 1:00 game on. How big is your CBS? I think that if there was a team to start the season off that you could feel a little more comfortable, ease your shoulders, it'd definitely be this game.
Yeah.
I think that, like I said, I've been kind of talking about Tennessee in the episodes past because it looks like they're building a very large core of wide receivers over there around the quote-unquote sophomore year of Will Levis. So you really don't know what direction they're going to go in, but I think that there's enough pieces here to know that the Jets can probably take this game without a doubt.
Yeah. I'm taking the Jets.
Yeah. All right. We can agree on that one.
Taking the Jets.
So what? You got them at 1-1 right now.
1-1.
All right. New England. Do we even need to say a lot? I mean,
At New England?
at MetLife. This is a Thursday night football game.
There is no way.
Please.
There is absolutely no way that we let the Patriots come into MetLife and win that game. I promise you on everything.
Yeah.
One of those jerseys, not all of them, one of those jerseys I'm going to have to like burn to like release.
Yeah, but you're not going to bring all that negativity. It's not going to happen. But listen, Bill is gone. We're not worried about Bill anymore. Bill was the one that held the secret to beating the Jets like on and on, season after season.
But the ghost of Bill still lingers.
Nah, hell no.
I can feel the hairs on the back of my neck.
No, like on that third and long, that last third and long is gonna be like a minute left in the half, and people like,
I'm telling you,
I'm still here. Listen, bro, forget that. I think,
dude, I don't know.
Gerard Taylor doesn't have the recipe. I think that they know they're in a rebuild. I think that their leading receptions leader in Zeke Elliott is gone. Starting a rookie quarterback, it's the recipe for disaster. You got to give them 2-1.
Oh no, I'm definitely going. I'm definitely going with the Jets,
but it's almost as if like it would be such a New York Jets thing to happen, which I don't even want to think of. But I understand why. You can never count them out because they traumatized you as a team. You could say it out loud. Well, this is a comfortable space.
It's a safe space.
A safe space. I said comfortable space.
Safe space. Yeah, man. I just.
As a tear slowly comes down your eye.
And it's not gonna feel as good though.
Because it's not Bill.
Because it's not Bill.
No, I think it's gonna feel better.
No.
Why do you say no? Because
No.
you want to beat Bill?
I want to beat Bill.
Listen.
It's not going to feel the same. It's going to feel, don't get me wrong, it's going to feel
great.
Very great especially if we kick that, like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to feel great cuz it's like, aha, you guys finally suck. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but it would feel a whole lot better if Bill was still there.
I'm going to put it like this.
If I could see that stupid freaking sweater with no sleeves on.
And you're making me nervous, I'm not going to lie. I feel like you have like a voodoo of Bill Belichick in the crib. Like you have nothing to say because I already let it out on him earlier this week. No, all right, let me stop playing. But I think that, look, I think you can't have your cake and eat it too, right? Especially when it comes to Jets as New England players. Mm-hmm. Listen, his last game as a Pats coach, we beat him.
Yeah.
We beat him. On his way out, gave him the boot. If he had came back, I would have almost considered it disrespect.
I hear you.
Like, listen, we're the team of this division. It's your guys' turn to be last now. Because realistically, even though the Bills are also in a rebuild.
Yeah, but I want to beat them.
But that's it, though.
But do you understand what I mean?
We put them in the dirt already. What are you going to dig them up just to send them back down? There's no need for all that.
It wouldn't hurt.
I think that's what therapy's for, David. But look, we're just gonna leave that right there. I think anytime the Patriots lose is a little bit of therapy in my heart. So, with that being said, talking about a team I want to beat, the Denver Broncos at MetLife.
That's a win.
Yeah.
That's a dub.
Send Zach Wilson home.
And Sean Payton.
Well, Sean Payton is fine, but we just sent this.
No,
this
Sean Payton is not fine. He was talking shit.
All right. Oh, I mean, that is true about the offensive coordinator. Yeah, yeah.
Get him out of here. Aaron Rodgers is going to be like that because that's his boy.
Yeah.
That's your boy.
Right, yeah.
So
I got to ask you this. Obviously, there's one of two people that are going to start for that team come next season. It's either going to be Zach Wilson or Bo Nix.
Real quick, though, by the way, is that game
this is at MetLife. Yeah,
at MetLife. Okay.
So
definitely Jets.
That's what I'm saying. It's the Sunday 1:00 game. How big is your CBS? Listen, man, if it's Zach Wilson, I think that he's gonna try to prove something, but we all know how he's performed in MetLife in the past, right? And then if not, the other alternative is we're facing a rookie. So I think either way, we can confidently say, we could mark this off as a W.
Yeah, I don't see either of them do. Yeah, I'm not even worried about this game.
This spread you could touch. Would you be more comfortable touching the spread of the Broncos game or the Pats? I'd say the Broncos. Just because it's the Pats.
I'm gonna go. Give me the Jets. We'll go -10.
-10?
I'll give them 10 points.
So you think that they're gonna
I mean, listen, the Broncos defense is okay.
That's it though.
But that's it.
Yeah.
Our defense is better, and I don't think that they're gonna be able to score with us. Because how?
I agree.
How?
I agree. I'm right there with you, man. So I was just trying
10.
to be polite about it, and then
I'm being polite.
You come out there and you throw a double-digit spread out there. It's just
I'm being polite. I could have said 14.
Broncos is one of the flags I didn't put up. I was wiping my ass with them, along with New England. It's kind of funny how they're back to back, right?
Look at that.
Hey, look at us.
Look at us.
This one, I don't know why there's an asterisk next to it. I think it might be because this is the
is it an
international game. Yep, this is the 9:30 a.m. against Minnesota. This is in London.
Rookie
QB, but they have Aaron Jones now. They still got
weapons.
They got weapons. They got a lot of weapons, and now you got a healthy Justin Jefferson, who, by the way, has not gone back to OTAs due to contract disagreements. So
you got Justin Jefferson, who also was in Florham Park not too long ago.
Hey.
Now, listen. Jets training facility is in Florham Park. I don't know what Justin Jefferson would be doing over there, because I don't think that there's a whole lot of, attractions over there. So, whatever.
Brett Favre.
Hey. But
a little Brett Favre, just switch from the horns to the plane.
That would be absolutely.
But you know what?
That's a
we
pipe
already
dream.
have so many receivers though.
I don't give a damn.
No, you're crazy. Bro.
I don't give a damn. What you mean?
We'd have to give up pieces. We have to give up an arm and a leg for Justin Jefferson. He's arguably the best receiver in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
So that means, and we have a solid core on both sides of the ball right now. I wouldn't touch this team. To me,
no, you're right. You're right.
The Jets right now are like an ice sculpture.
You're right, bro.
And that's why I keep my room at 50 degrees, right? Because if anything were to happen to this ice sculpture, it would just collapse, and that would be it for our chances this season. The quarterback is there. The line is there. The receivers are there.
Stop.
The defense is there.
Stop.
I got so mad that my headphones unplugged. So, with that being said,
stop.
Leave Justin Jefferson over there, brother.
I'm not. I was just giving you the news.
No, I hear you. But sometimes talking about the Jets just pushes the wrong nerve, and it brings out a whole different trauma scene that I have right now. But with that being said, I think that on top of the pieces that they do have now, they also have a lot of blossomed players that turned into something that we didn't expect going into last year, where Jordan Addison did a really good job at filling in the shoes of Justin Jefferson while he was injured.
Yep.
And now you got both of them fully healthy coming into, what is this, week 6? The beginning of the season is kind of over the hump, and you're in full season mode by this point. I think it's something to consider if J.J. McCarthy is playing decently by this time. Another former backup quarterback from the Jets, since we were talking about Zach Wilson, Sam Darnold also has potential to be in that game if J.J. McCarthy isn't doing too well by this point. So,
does that make you feel better?
I wouldn't mind slapping him around silly a couple times myself.
Hey, now. So who are you going to take?
In London, I got the Jets, man.
Okay.
So what does that put us at right now, David?
Are we being biased with this one?
Nah, no.
I think that's fair. Because I got the Jets as well.
Well, also, this is all hoping and praying and assuming that our roster stays healthy.
Right.
This is obviously.
Yeah, on both sides. This is what we're.
Even though I would say, look, let's say God forbid, bro. Let's say he gets hurt.
I don't even want to say that.
I know, but I'm being realistic with you. We still have Tyrod. I'm not nervous about Tyrod at all. I think that we have one of the more solidified backup QBs in the league right now.
For an elongated period of time?
That's the thing.
I don't want to talk about this.
Right. Because this is going to change the whole dynamic of what we're talking about.
I don't want to talk about it.
I got the Jets.
I got the Jets.
Okay. Leave it right there. Talking about a team that'll change the whole conversation. Now we play Buffalo at home.
Jets.
Easy?
They suck over there. And all I've heard so far is Josh Allen is primed for an MVP season.
Well, I mean, he tried to put the team on his back last year, too. I think that he has even less to work with now, so I don't know how that's going to work out for him. But
Dalton Kincaid's going to lead the...
Is Dalton Kincaid prepared to be a top 5 tight end in the NFL if he becomes the main target in Buffalo?
He is the main target in Buffalo as of right now. Can you see?
So would you call him a top 5 tight end if he does do that successfully?
We're gonna have to see. That's tough. I think Dalton Kincaid is good, but I think he's probably gonna start seeing a higher volume.
Do you think that they can give him the same volume as maybe Pat Mahomes gives Travis Kelce? Do you think he can handle that?
Isn't there another? Who's the other tight end?
I'll tell you right now.
Over there in Buffalo.
Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you, but I looked at it.
It's Dalton Kincaid and there's one more. I know that.
They do have a 2 tight end set that they use often.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dawson Knox is
Dawson
the other one.
Knox.
So, but if
Dalton Kincaid has come in and kind of taken over for Dawson, like being the number one.
When one was injured, the other one would, surplus, what have you.
Yeah.
So, are they going to have to rely? I mean, they have the receivers that they did pick up. I really have a big question mark on how Curtis Samuel's going to do. I want to see how he performs in a organization with a successful quarterback. Obviously he was in Washington. Sam Howell, even though Sam Howell did lead the league in passing yards up until like week 7, it's not Josh Allen.
No, I know what you mean. Like on a team that has a plan and knows how to execute it.
Yeah,
and all that
like a
stuff
team
like that.
that's willing to prepare for a successful year, what have you, and a more
they go about things differently.
A more prominent organization. No one's worried about the Commanders right now. Be for real. So, I think that I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that Buffalo is not gonna be as bad as everyone thinks this year.
Okay.
I think that Josh Allen
is good enough too.
Is good enough. I think Josh Allen could beat us. I'm gonna give that to Buffalo.
Okay.
Just throw a big what if in there. You never know.
Are you keeping score? Are you keeping your own score? Because
I'm only keeping yours.
Oh, okay.
And by me keeping it, I meant I hope you were keeping your own because I don't have it in front of me.
Of course, I'm keeping my own.
There you go. Well, that's all I got. So, and I'll listen back and hold it. But either way, what do you think?
Man,
Monday Night Football.
It's tough because this would be like a 6-game winning streak,
Well, you said you don't think they beat San Francisco. I mean, yeah, so there you go.
San Francisco was the first game.
Forgive me. When I said Minnesota on week 6, Minnesota was really week 5. This is week 6.
I have it here.
Oh, okay, cool.
Shoot, man. Oh, man, I'm riding with my boys, man. Give me the Jets.
Come on.
Give me the Jets. I'm riding with my boys, man.
I know you wouldn't touch that spread either, though.
No, absolutely not.
I'm telling you.
It's gonna be like
There's something in your heart. Telling you.
It's Buffalo's divisional. It's this. Come on, it's division. They're gonna go out there swinging.
They start the season with
and all that little chirping that's been going on.
Yep.
Come on. It's gonna be a game.
I'm right there with you, bro. Talking about a team, you're probably right there with me. I think another team that, if they figure it out, could probably be a problem. At Pittsburgh. That's a difficult one because I think Pittsburgh is another team that we don't know exactly how it is they're going to do because they have good skill players.
And very well coached.
And 2 decent quarterbacks in Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Damn. That's a hard one too, man. I would never count out Pittsburgh. You can't, bro. I'm telling you, it's hard, man. I don't know, man. And they're at home. I mean, Pittsburgh's at home.
Yeah, I may have to give that one a Pitt.
Can we just
something about it I don't like. Something about it doesn't smell. I don't like the way it smells.
Yeah, listen, hey man, smelling. I don't know. The people don't know. I don't know if you really know. You know, I can't really smell that well.
You've mentioned that before.
It's very true. So you know that phrase is near and dear to my heart because I wish I knew what you were talking about.
That's
no, I'm just to lighten it up a little bit because now we're talking about the Jets losing twice in a row. But I want to give flowers to the depth chart that is.
You've got the Jets losing twice in a row.
Bit my tongue.
Ow! You've got the Jets losing twice in a row. I've got the Jets beating Buffalo.
Yeah, correct. Well, yeah, this is what that's what I meant.
But
Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. You got Najee Harris and Jalen Warren. Then you got George Pickens and Calvin Austin.
I know who's on the team.
It's worth Pat Freiermuth, which is a big. You
love that guy.
Love that guy. Love that guy. Can't spell his name, but love that guy. I don't know, man. It's
Freiermuth
was. Oh yeah, because someone told us that we were mispronouncing it that long ago. Yeah, that's right. Freiermuth.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I think. But it's all shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Because you could say the same thing about the Jets.
I'm just gonna give it to Pitt just because like I said, I don't like the way it smells. It just feels like a kind of like a trappy kind of game.
Yeah.
So
could you say that Pittsburgh and New York are in the same exact position right now?
No.
The Jets have a better defense.
I think the Jets are in a better position.
I think
the Jets. I think we know full well what we're gonna get out of Aaron Rodgers if he's healthy.
That's the if though, because look, even though it's a riskier success rate, there's no if we keep him healthy, there's no doubt that we don't go far. He's Aaron Rodgers. He's top 5 of all time.
Yep.
However, Russell Wilson. We have seen him be unsuccessful, but we haven't seen him with a decent coach since Pete Carroll. I don't think Sean Payton knew what to do with him over there. There might have been a reason why they took that cap cut. It might be because, Sean Payton's a little more tenured.
That's hard to say that Sean Payton wouldn't know what to do with Russell Wilson when Russell Wilson is the prototypical quarterback that he works with.
But, yes.
Went out and got Zach Wilson, for God's sake.
Yes, but that also, this is my thing, right? I think that if Sean Payton really knew what he was doing, how to mesh and mold with a quarterback, you might have to start with a player that has been in the league for less amount of years. Maybe that's why he needs a Zach Wilson, someone who's more coachable. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Ready to adjust to what he has to say more so. It's easier to be like, hey, Zach, we think that you should go in this direction because if you do X, Y, and Z, we can get this out of you versus.
I think.
Go ahead. Can I? I don't mean to go on a tangent, but if I could finish what I was saying, I just think that because of that, now you have Russell Wilson in that same position. That okay, now Sean Payton goes, Russell, we're gonna need you to X, Y, and Z, and he goes, oh, but I've always done this, and because I've always done this, I've been successful doing this, and maybe that's why it didn't really mesh so well. And a lot of people do argue that Zach Wilson wasn't being utilized properly in New York. So
I mean, I hear you. I just think because you just said that you think that they're like on almost like an even playing field, like they're kind of like mirroring each other. I think the Jets are. I think we're better positionally in every way. The only advantage I really give Pittsburgh is their coaching.
Okay. They have Jalen Warren,
Breece Hall,
Najee Harris,
and we've got Breece Hall.
They have both. They have two running backs that could be a starting running back somewhere.
Jalen Warren still has to. Let's not give him that.
Jalen Warren balled last year.
That's fine. Let's see him do it again. Before we start just naming him a RB1.
Okay.
Somewhere else.
All right. I'm not mad at that. Now, another position I think that they contrast. Let's say, if both of our QB1s go down, we have Tyrod Taylor where they have Justin Fields.
Okay.
I think they have the advantage in that.
All right.
I think that's fair to think.
I think that's fair.
Now their receivers are to be honest, the only decent receiver they have is George Pickens, where we have, this, that, the other. You could take a pick one out of a hat. They're probably better than him. So I'll give you that one.
Right.
We have better tight ends.
Right.
I think I have a lot of faith in Tyler Conklin. I hope that he developed. I really liked him last year and what he was turning into when he didn't have a quarterback. So I could imagine only the success that he'll have, especially since Aaron Rodgers likes his tight ends.
Is our defense better?
No. Our defense is better.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. As in the Jets.
No.
I speak for the Jets as myself, as my organization.
I said, is our defense better?
Oh, yes, 100%.
Okay.
100%.
So then.
I was just speaking offensively.
Right.
Offensively, I would say it's not. It does. I mean, I don't know. It's
so
hard.
Where does the edge go?
I'm gonna give it to the Jets if I had to.
So where does the edge go?
Defense really can change the game. I'll give it to the Jets. I would see them losing to Buffalo before I see them losing to Pittsburgh.
So you're taking the Jets?
Taking the Jets. How you feel about that?
I still think I'm going to take Pitt just because of the fact, like I said. I think that we're a better team and all that. I just think that it's like one of those trap games. And I think Mike Tomlin is a way better coach than Robert Saleh.
100%.
No, disrespect to him, but that's just how I feel. So, yeah. And it's going to be our second loss.
All right, so now we got to secure this one because I feel like the end of this season is going to get a little rocky for us before the bye week. So we're trying to bang these out. Ready? At New England. I think we could win that one. No problem. The same way that we did before. This could be the first time that we beat the Pats twice in a season.
I'm taking it. They're not beating us.
So I think we could leave that right there.
We're healthy. They're not beating us.
100%. Now, after that, on Halloween, Thursday Night Football, 8:15, Houston. Houston's a tricky one.
In Houston?
The dog. No, at MetLife. The dog, though. Stephon Diggs is already familiar with the organization.
I understand what you're saying, but right now, right?
Joe Mixon in the backfield.
The way I've got it, we're 6-2.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
The way I got it, we're 6-2. We're hot. We're playing well. You've got, QB in his second year going against a top 5 defense.
Right.
Hopefully a top 10 offense.
But we saw what C.J. Stroud was doing in good defenses last year, though.
I hear you. But playing defense when your offense can't score is different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because now you're hoping that your defense can make a play. Your defense is out there longer because you're all these 3 and outs. So it's like it's a different game.
Could I just go ahead and say that I think that because we already know that the Jets defense does their very best to put the team on their back, it gives me a lot more confidence now that they won't have to do that.
That's exactly what I mean. Less tired, you know what I mean? More energy to go out there, you know what I'm saying? When the
momentum is more back and forth and not just, one side
heavy. When your offense has had the ball for, however many, 3-4 minutes and you're like, all right. You know what I'm saying?
That's so disappointing, right? That's so sad. That's so sad, dude. Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. It was kind of like I felt as if Watching the Jets was like watching waves come at you, right? Because it would get really high.
Yeah.
And then like the Jets would do something, catch a pick. And then you'd be like, all right, Zach, let's go. 3 and out. Punt. Okay,
Punt.
cool.
Boom.
Oh, the Jets. Oh, they'll get a sack. Oh my God, they're making it. Oh my God, fumble. Oh, the Jets. And 3 and out. Okay, punt. Cool. And then it'd be like, that's the point of the game when you're like, man, what time is it? Oh my God. Man.
Yeah.
It's getting to that, but the Jets were holding their own for a lot of games.
Because those games, we were holding teams under 14. Yeah,
100%. Like even though we had a really bad record, if you look back at last season, a lot of them were to the dime.
We fought, man.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm giving the defense is the same.
Yeah, Houston's defense is pretty good.
That's fine.
So it's not the same argument as Pittsburgh, I'd say.
I think it's hard for me to even say that their offense is better. I don't know.
They have more established
at MetLife, though. At MetLife?
Yeah, that's hard.
7-2, man. Give it to the Jets.
All right. I'm not mad at that at all. Now,
we're hooping right now.
Well, that's the wrong sport, but yeah.
But you know what I meant.
Balling right now, some might say.
Balling, hooping.
Hooping requires a hoop, David. So look, talking about this team might be hooping, not balling. You got Arizona on Sunday, 4:25.
8-2.
8-2. Now, last team before the break. I think this is a team that could actually put us up. Indianapolis at MetLife. You got Anthony Richardson coming back. You got Pittman just got paid. You'll have Jonathan Taylor for the whole season this time.
Maybe.
This is a team that could do it, man. And now, who's their backup? Joe Flacco.
9-2.
I don't know,
you
bro.
Want to give it to the Colts?
Oh man.
So
I felt like I was more confident in Burger King than I am in.
So you're more confident in the Colts beating us than Houston.
I think I kind of just let you have that one. I would put them at about even myself.
So right now we'd be at what?
If it was me,
yeah.
What is your record at?
I'm at 9-2. What are we at 7-4?
I think I'd have us at 7-4 or 6-3 right now.
Okay.
Because I also don't know if we're gonna be Buffalo. So
yeah.
I would put it at either 6-3 or 7-4. However, that's still not bad.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's anything is better than the records that we've had in the last 5 years. But so
I'm being very optimistic over here.
Yeah, of course. But that doesn't look. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
But I'm also looking at the teams, and I know my roster. You know what I mean?
Though? Do you know your roster?
I mean,
have you seen them on grass with this man?
No, but I haven't seen them either.
You know what I am curious to see? I want to put this out there because I don't think the people know. I think that I'm very curious to see what Aaron Rodgers does with Robert Saleh. I think that we didn't really get a chance to see how Saleh was gonna explore that offensively.
I don't think Robert Saleh. I don't think
Robert Salad.
Robert Salad. I don't think Saleh is really gonna be involved in the offense. Really.
What was it? We were calling him a cheerleader, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna be like you're the head coach, but I think he's gonna be calling the defensive plays. That's what he's gonna do because that's what he was good at. Right. And I think that when it comes to the majority of the offense, it's really gonna be Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
Like Nathaniel Hackett. Here's a play. Like it, Aaron, I'll do this one. Or
okay, cool.
Or I'll just what you know what I mean? And that's okay because that's how he runs an offense and we know he's capable of doing that and so
he's running the team like it's an NBA team. He's LeBroning it over there.
I mean all the great Peyton Manning, Tom Brady,
they ran that.
That's what these guys do. When you're that good, Pat Mahomes, that's what you're I'm sure Andy Reid is an excellent play caller, and I'm sure he's back there calling all types of plays. But I'm pretty sure that there's plenty of times that Pat Mahomes like, let me do this real quick.
I don't know. I think that's one of those coaches that it might be like on the brim. You don't know which way it's going. Like you know, kind of like when Tom left New England, they were like, oh, is it Bill or is it? I don't know. I don't know.
So when Tom left New England, who do you think? You think that Bruce Arians was really coaching him, or do you think Bruce was just kind of like?
I mean, we all know how that went because we got to get proven to us that it is Tom without a doubt. But is Pat that same guy? We wouldn't know unless he left.
Well,
the same way nobody knew with Tom until he left.
So is Patrick Mahomes not as a cerebral?
I still think
quarterback?
Pat is a top 5 in my eyes. From what I know, he's still a top 5 quarterback of all time. I'm not denying it. I'm not saying that he couldn't be.
No, I'm just asking you.
But I'm thinking that
so you don't think
he is one of those quarterbacks. But
maybe that's not his strength.
I just don't know how much Andy Reid is
dynamic.
involved in that.
Yeah. All right.
I don't, because I think Andy Reid runs a hard-nosed offense.
He runs a tight ship?
Yeah, tight ship. But then again, we thought Bill ran a tight ship. So, I don't know. I think it's in the air. I don't know yet.
Okay.
I can't predict the future.
So what game are we on?
There's a bye week now. So we get the bye week, and then going into week 13, we go versus Seattle at home. 10-2.
10-2.
Nothing wrong with that.
Bugging out.
Obviously, we can handle what is.
You're gonna have to be a good team to beat us. That's how I feel.
All right, here we go. Good team Sunday, December 8th at 1:00. How big is your CBS at Miami? You wanted a good team. Here it is. Since you were so eager for a L.
10-3.
So we lose to them in your eyes.
At home?
At Miami.
At Miami, yeah, we're gonna lose them to Miami.
I look. Is that the we brought it up last week? Is it the Hialeah in you that's like, no, they got it, bro?
No.
Mike McDaniels is a nasty coach.
The
receivers are nasty, and you know what? Not for nothing.
I think
Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill embarrassed New York's defense last year.
Yeah, I think that there's just a little bit too much firepower over there.
Yeah.
And I think that we have a better chance of keeping up than obviously last year and the year before.
Now they have Odell too.
But I think that divisional game in Miami's nowhere near a slouch. Their defense runs a lot of schemes.
Tua fully healthy. They're gonna have Achane fully healthy.
Yeah.
Raheem Mostert fully healthy.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to give the edge to Miami on this one.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that Miami beats us by a touchdown.
I'm not quite sure. Yeah, you're gonna take the spread.
I would touch this spread. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that
Touchdown?
Miami plays us a little harder.
Yeah, they always do.
I would say that Odell also had a little bit of issues. He kind of wanted to go to the Jets. He ended up not. Now he ended up in the same division as us. He's back top, and they also have Jalen Ramsey on the other side of the ball. I think they beat us by a touchdown.
All right. Well, I got them losing. I got Miami winning. So
yeah, there you go. I don't know if you'd consider this a hard team. I guess you could let me know. At Jacksonville. This is also Sunday 1:00 game on Fox.
Yeah, that all depends on Trevor Lawrence.
I think Trevor Lawrence, if he can get back into the groove he was in the beginning of the season before he got hurt, that's a scary sight.
They lost Calvin Ridley though.
Lost Calvin Ridley, but they gained Gabe Davis, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he could still fill in that same spot. Now, in the end of last season, this is what everybody... We were saying this. I'm talking about everybody. I'm referencing myself, okay? Evan Ingram blossomed in that offense a little too late for Jacksonville to do anything. And at the end of the season, everybody was saying he could have been a top 5 tight end in the league if he had started that way going into the year.
Mm-hmm.
If he can pick up where he left off, and then they have Evan Ingram, Gabe Davis, if he meshes. If he meshes into a good wide receiver one, Travis Etienne fully healthy with a Trevor Lawrence that's wide awake, that's a problem.
It's a problem.
It is a problem. I'm not gonna act like it's a walk in the park.
You also have to take an offense. See, we're only going down our schedule.
Right.
We're not going. No, I say that in the sense of other teams' momentum is a thing.
Of course.
So Jacksonville doesn't play in the toughest division. So if they're on a streak, you know what I mean, they might catch us. So shoot, man, and we got to start losing at some point.
Well, we would have just if we're going by this, we would have just come off a loss in Miami. So then we're going up Florida. We're staying in Florida.
Yeah.
It's difficult. It is.
It is difficult. I'm gonna say 10-4.
Okay. Now it seems like the latter half of the season is going to be the hard for us.
Yeah, I know.
So we're at 10-4 right now. Then we play the Rams at MetLife. That's a hard one too, bro. You got Puka blossoming into his sophomore year. Cooper Kupp fully healthy now. Matt Stafford coming back. Kyron Williams. These are people to worry about, man. And if we're talking about a player that orchestrates that offense, I think Matt Stafford has LA on his back, bro. I gotta say.
So who you going with?
It's at MetLife.
I know.
Right? Now, that's important if you ask me.
That's a tough one, dude.
I think...
that's a tough one, dude.
I also agree. I think it's a tough one. I don't know if this makes you feel any better or any worse, but God forbid Matt Stafford comes out. By that time, the starting quarterback will be Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, I saw that.
Right now, obviously, he's going to start the season suspended because of the PEDs, what have you. But this isn't anything to play around about, man. They also got Tutu Atwell from the Bills, I believe. They didn't slouch. Can I say it like that? They didn't slouch at all in the offseason. Obviously, they made it far enough in the playoffs to prove they're still contenders.
Did well in the draft.
Did well in the draft, man. I think this one's a toss of the coin. If I'm being honest with you, it can go either way. I think I could easily see LA coming and smacking us.
And I can easily see us defending home field.
Yeah, standing on our own a little bit. I don't know.
So what are you gonna go with?
I'm gonna say if there was any reason that we lost to Miami and Jacksonville, we needed to prove something at MetLife the first game we come back from Florida. So I'm gonna say we win this game.
I like that. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna ride with you.
All right. Now
I like that. I like the way you put that.
Yeah, it's almost as if I do this, bro. I've been thinking a lot about poetry and motion. I pick up a little bit of everything from what the people that come on the show try to teach us. And I think we talked a lot with Gene about when to talk and when not to talk.
Yeah.
We spoke a lot about with Jeremy about exactly how he puts his thoughts together and the way. I don't know if I'm analytical when it comes to at least what we put out. I don't know how you are.
Obviously.
But I think if you ask me, and shout out Jeremy, I think his cadence of how he breaks down sports is something to be really broken down into.
I think it's very entertaining.
I think the most informative, could I say, guest that we've had on the show so far.
Yep.
I'm just trying to pick up game as I go along. You feel me? So
I hear you, bro.
If we're putting it right there, let's say we beat LA. Okay. Going after that, we go to Buffalo on, how big is your CBS? 1 o'clock.
To
Sunday,
Buffalo?
December 29th.
11-5. Because I already got us beating Buffalo earlier.
So we're easy 2-0 in them in the season, Buffalo.
No, I got Buffalo beating us
this time around.
Yeah, at Buffalo.
Yeah. Okay, all right. No, I'm mad at that.
Divisional games is especially in our division, like
it's a throw up.
It's
a toss up.
Yeah, I was gonna say throw up.
It's vomit.
It's a toss up, but I usually give it to the home team.
Right.
So
if it's divisional, you kind of just go by who's at home because they'll.
I know they're gonna play. I mean, especially these teams I know very well.
Right. Obviously, we're more familiar with them, right? Yeah.
So, but I just feel like Buffalo at home, division.
Right.
It's week what?
17.
Is it week 17 already?
This is week 17. We already got to 17.
So, yeah.
Okay. I think you're right one way or the other because I see Buffalo and us going 1-1. So, if they didn't beat us when I thought they were going to in
this
week
is week
6.
This is week 17?
This is week 17.
Well, because I've only got 11-5 over here. And I just added that
a
loss.
bye week.
Sorry.
Come on, bro. I'm on it.
There you go.
Yeah, I know my math or whatever.
That's right.
So I think you're right either way. I think they're either going to beat us now or they're going to beat us in week 6. So yeah. I'm going to just agree with you on that. I think we take it like that. At Buffalo, I'm not surprised either way. Mm-hmm. If we can beat them at MetLife, I think they could beat us at home or vice versa. Maybe it might be 2 upsets. Who knows? The last one, 18, Miami at MetLife.
Jets.
If they
I don't like Miami for I don't like the matchup.
Yeah, I don't know if we really match up well with them.
I don't like the way
it's
we
kind of
match up
funny,
against
right? Because then
Miami.
that kind of makes you put the whole thing into perspective of exactly how good Miami is. Because we were just talking about it. There's no reason for us to believe that we can't beat anybody that isn't a good team. Miami's a good team.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't.
do you think same thing? 1-1. Think we beat them this time? Couldn't beat them the second time, or do you think they clip us? This is at MetLife.
I know, which is why I want to give us the win, but I really don't like the way Miami matches. I don't like the way we match up with them at all.
You want to give them the loss? It's okay. I won't be offended. That's all I want you to know. This is a safe space. If you think the Jets are gonna lose, you can cry here, David.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. And that wraps it up.
I got him at 11-6.
That's not bad. That's not bad. And, maybe sometime in the future we can go over Miami's record. Hopefully we're better than them. Hopefully we could take the division.
Our schedule is not bad, man.
Our schedule is the easiest schedule I think we've had in the last few years.
It's not bad, man.
And that's
Tennessee, Pats, Broncos.
Yep.
I mean, you've got the questions with Buffalo, but then you got Arizona,
Yep.
Jacksonville. Like, you know what I mean? Like, questionable, but like our schedule's not bad, dude.
It's not, man. The really hard games that we have to play is only San Francisco,
Yep.
Houston,
Yep.
Indianapolis, Miami, Jacksonville, LA. Which is like 6 of them. Some of them you played twice. Obviously, Miami you played twice. Buffalo, you're not really so worried about.
I don't know why I don't feel like the Colts are going to be as much of a problem as you think they are.
It all depends on exactly how good Anthony Richardson comes out of this.
Very true.
Because this would really be his quote-unquote
like
rookie season.
Yeah.
I think he went down, week 4, week 6, something like that last year. So
it was early.
Very early.
It was earlier than 6.
Yeah.
For sure.
But you know what? You also got to think they just barely lost to Houston in the playoffs. That one receiver dropped that pass on that 3rd down. I don't know if you remember what I'm talking about. Did you watch the wild card round of Houston and Indianapolis?
I watched it, but I don't think I remember the play.
The game ended because they were about to get the 3rd down. Indianapolis. Gardner Minshew threw it right to this player, and he just dropped it. Like, it went right in his basket, and he dropped it. So
Sheesh.
I think that if they can make it that far with Gardner Minshew, and if Anthony Richardson is as good as we think he's going to be, or would hope or expect him to be, then it's going to be a lot closer.
Okay.
Now, before we jump into anything else, I want to ask you how you feel about this, because I think this can affect a lot of what-ifs that are going on, and at least on this list. It's no mystery that players tend to, how could I say it, get paid and then get lazy.
Yeah, you've mentioned this before.
Of course. Michael Pittman just signed a big deal.
Right.
$100 million guaranteed, I believe it was.
Right.
Or $100 million, maybe something else guaranteed. $100 million on the table for man.
Yeah.
Does he get lazy on us? I thought Michael Pittman was fantastic last season.
Well, this has always been my argument to that, because you never know, right?
Right.
However, how do I put this? Like, we're not gonna know until we know, but it's really up to Michael Pittman. If we think Michael Pittman is great and has the potential to be great, then just like the organization believes, right, that okay, this kid wants to be great,
right, and they paid him accordingly.
You know what I mean? Because if they're gonna pay you that, it does happen. Don't get me wrong. There are times where guys get paid, and but most of the time those guys that get paid and then get lazy, they just had like 1 or 2 really good years and caught a deal.
They got paid off for those, and then they didn't really have it in them for the rest of the time.
And then you can also tell guys who are just great, really, you know what I mean, and want to be great and work on their craft and stuff like that, and they end up and then they remain great. So I don't know which one Michael Pittman is. I think he's the latter. I think he wants to be great.
Right.
I think
I'd hope so.
You know what I mean? He seems like
for Indianapolis' sake.
Yeah, well, but so if I had to take a guess, if I had to gamble on it, I would say that he's gonna come out and he's gonna do his thing.
All right.
I would think so. I think the organization has done enough research and has seen enough of his work ethic and how he plays and how he goes about stuff. You're not just gonna offer somebody that much money. In football?
Yeah.
No.
It's not enough to get past New York though. Close but no cigar, kind of like yeah he's balling, but can he ball with Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed and those guys? As we saw, DJ Reed is what was it?
That makes it hard for everybody because listen, it's still one guy. I'm not saying that he'll get shut down or anything like that.
Right.
But you know,
slow him down.
It's just one of you.
Yeah.
So
and they really don't have any other
receiver.
Notable
No, not the
receiver. No, Alec Pierce, DJ Montgomery, Tyreek Cleveland.
Now they got a running game.
Josh Downs wasn't too bad last year.
They got a running game.
They do. I mean, not as depth heavy,
right?
Because they lost Zach Moss,
right?
Jonathan Taylor's coming back for the whole season though. We saw Jonathan Taylor explode regardless when he came back.
Yeah,
there's no mystery, and obviously it was later in the season, so they potentially could have helped him in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how Jonathan Taylor's gonna do.
What week is this again?
Week 12? No, week 11, I believe this was. Let me double check. Sorry, I went to go look at their depth chart. Week 11.
Okay.
So, like we said, we don't know how their schedule's gonna go.
Yeah.
We don't know
injuries.
What that volume heavy load is gonna look like.
Jonathan Taylor has a history of being injured a little bit.
So maybe
we don't know. You know.
Yeah.
So because even now you're saying he's there for a full season, and in my mind I'm like, no, he's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now is that wrong to say? I'm not wishing that on anybody,
right.
But I'm only going off what I've seen recently.
Of course.
And I don't remember the last time Jonathan Taylor has played a full season.
And people are looking at New York that way too, though. That's the interesting thing about it.
I hear you. This is why these predictions are way too early.
Right.
And
we'll get to them as they get closer
and
around.
Please, you're right. You know what I mean? And we'll revisit them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, obviously, listen, training camp, injuries happen in training camp all the time.
Right.
I know that teams are a lot less likely to really care about like preseason, especially like with Roger Goodell. Roger Goodell wants to get rid of preseason pretty much altogether.
I heard
like
about
altogether. So, but still, training camp, OTAs, all these things. People get it's professional sport. People are human. People get hurt. So you never know how these things are really gonna go. But either way, if we can stay relatively healthy, the way that I'm looking at this schedule, it's not the worst thing in the world.
No, it definitely isn't.
It's not. I thought it was gonna be worse. I don't know why. I'm thinking like, we're gonna have to play the Chiefs and whatever. That they were just gonna like.
Was listening to this like a sigh of relief for you?
Yeah, like no Chiefs, no Eagles, no Cowboys.
Right.
Shoot, like you know what I mean?
Ravens,
no Ravens, no Bengals, like
no Browns.
Yeah, like I'm looking at this. I'm like we're playing Seattle, Broncos, Pats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Vikings,
Arizona,
and I say Vikings because like rookie QB, like you know what I mean. Like, I'm looking at this schedule.
Tennessee,
right? I'm looking at the schedule. And this isn't too bad.
So we can listen. I think one of our last episodes we said we weren't gonna jump into anything hasty when it came to New York sports, but it's looking bright.
It's definitely not looking dim.
It's not looking dim.
Somebody changed the light bulb.
I'm looking for a double. I pray for a home run.
Hey,
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
And I'll take the triple.
Someone can steal a base.
I'll take the triple.
Hey, not mad at that. But
catch a ribby.
Not the ribby. With that being said, I think it's time for keeping score, man.
I think it is time for keeping score. Not the most energetic start to keeping score.
Of course, but we'll give homage where homage is due. Cue the music.
I've never coached a better player. I've never coached a better competitor, and I've never coached a better person than Bill Walton.
So, here we are. Just throw it out there. Rest in peace to Bill Walton.
Yeah, man.
NBA legend. Big statue in the NBA community. amazing person overall, from what is said. 2-time NBA champion, NBA Finals MVP, NBA Most Valuable Player, 2-time NBA All-Star, All-NBA First Team, All-NBA Second Team, 2-time All-Defensive First Team, 6th Man of the Year. Honestly, you name it, he did it. 88-game win streak with UCLA.
Yeah.
Unheard of.
Crazy.
Can I say he also was a 2-time NCAA champion, 2-time NCAA Final Four Most Outstanding Player in 1972 and 1973.
Yeah.
Just throw that out there. That's the year my dad was born.
Crazy.
So this guy has been a staple in the sport that we've come to love for a very long time.
Very long time.
And while we talk about what he loved for a very long time.
I can smell colors. I can see sounds.
He went to 1,000 Grateful Dead concerts.
Yeah, that's nuts.
That is unheard of in any genre of music.
That's dedication, dude.
Look, Grateful Dead was around for a very long time. Like I think the 60s, 70s, 80s. Like that's 30 years of concert, and obviously he was around in the peak of that time. But 1,000 though.
Yeah.
1,000.
That's what it was said.
What's your favorite? Like, just tell me one of your favorite artists of all time. Can I say Drake? Could you say Drake is one of those?
Sure, Drake, Kanye.
Would you go to 1,000 Drake concerts? Or Kanye concerts?
I don't think I'd go to any concert 1,000 times.
That's what I'm saying, though.
There's only so much. I mean, listen, dude. Bill Walton was a character.
He had to have been.
To say the least.
Yeah.
So obviously he seemed very into psychedelics,
which there's nothing wrong with.
Nothing wrong with, but
so
it just seems
Phil
like
Jackson.
It just seems that like maybe that that type of music just really appealed to him,
I think that has to do that.
And when you're Bill Walton, like you're already traveling. So imagine traveling the cities and a Grateful Dead concert's going on,
and he's just following the tour.
You know what I mean? Like I got a game going on. There happens to be a concert. I'm gonna go. So how many concerts did he probably catch just doing that?
Probably a lot. I mean, that I never thought about it like that. But
you know what I mean?
Because in my head, I'm thinking, okay, he goes there and he comes back, and then he goes over there and he comes back. Like he's moving. That makes way more sense.
I'm pretty sure. There has to have been a number of times where the NBA schedule coincided with a Grateful Dead concert.
Of course.
Because 1,000 of them.
That's a lot.
There has to be some type of convenience somewhere in that mix.
Yeah, and there's no way he was doing all that in the off season. So
like, come on.
I also, for anyone listening that is a little younger of a generation, wasn't as familiar with who Bill Walton is, he is the father of Luke Walton.
Also an NBA champion.
Also a former coach of the Lakers.
And played for the Lakers.
100%.
Former, he got fired by the Lakers, then he went to Sacramento, got fired over there too.
Yeah.
Didn't have a very successful coaching career.
No, but definitely more familiar to this generation than his father might have been.
Yeah, and Luke Walton was never a player. Luke Walton still might not have been a player that you heard of. Luke Walton was never flashy, nothing.
No, he wasn't as good as his dad by any means.
No, very solid role player.
Yeah.
Went out there, did his job, high basketball IQ. And was just one of those guys, Yeah. Just went out there and did his thing, played that forward position, could tween between, the 2, 3, 4, could defend around there. So,
he built another champion at the end of the day, Bill Walton.
Yeah,
so, there you go.
It was, yeah.
Leave it right there. Condolences to him and his family.
100%.
We wish nothing but the best in this time going forward.
100%.
Speaking of spreading love. I gotta ask you this because I know this is something that's been on your mind, and I've been waiting to talk to you about this. It looks like Caitlin Clark is not getting so much love. Just in fact, the opposite. It looks like there's been a lot of Caitlin Clark slander going around media and what she is viewed as in her rookie season of the WNBA. So, how do you feel about that?
Now, I want to counter your question with the question, is that view coming from the media per se, or is that what the media is telling us that the players, how the WNBA players view Caitlin Clark? Because what I've seen mostly is a lot of these WNBA players are almost kind of like diminishing,
hating.
I was gonna say diminish because I was
sound
like
very professional, but I don't know a professional word for hating. So that's
trying to diminish her importance to the game right now.
Right.
And that's what it seems like. And Charles Barkley said it like, yo, y'all should be happy that this girl is coming in here and getting you national televised games.
Right.
Which only means that the WNBA is gonna make more money off of like this is
more publicity.
This is a good thing for the WNBA, and it just from the chatter around seems like there's a lot of WNBA players that aren't really with it. You know, talking about it being privilege and all these other type of things. So how much of that is true? Hey, shoot, it may be true. Honestly, if we're talking reality,
right, be real.
It may be true. It may be because she is a white girl from wherever the case may be who's really good, and they're using that to upgrade the WNBA. If that is the case,
right,
then that's the case. You're gonna have to ride that coattail because you're not doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you're gonna kill her for it. You're gonna like whatever the case may be.
Right.
I understand being a rookie and you gotta earn yourself into the league, no matter what league it is. Baseball, men, women, doesn't matter, right? Professional athlete, that's a rite of passage. So I understand that. But don't try to take away, you know, this girl, like what she's accomplished and what she's bringing to the sport right now.
Right.
Which is notoriety, which is what you need if you are ever going to grow. If you are ever going to get out of the slums of making $100,000 a year as a professional athlete.
100%.
Sorry, that's reality.
You know, the way I see it is like, if you want her to stand on her legs and represent this next generation of players, the same way that we might have seen in a similar situation, let's say with Wembanyama, right? If they start performing poorly, there's a chance you could dim that light, you know, because not every rookie is prepared to be on the spotlight like that, especially one that is not just representing the team on her back. She's representing the whole league at this point.
Well, this is why I like Caitlyn, not to cut you off, but because it does seem like she has that type of mentality.
Of course. And you gotta respect her for putting all this weight on herself while her team actually isn't doing so well. They're 1-6 right now into the season. It's easy to be like, oh, I thought she was supposed to be. The Fever weren't that good to begin with.
Which is why they were able to get a number one.
Exactly. So I don't know who was expecting an overnight success by week 7. Of course, media outlets and just outlets for broadcasting in general maybe should have expected a little more turnover, because you gave this team all this TV time all over the country. They were bad.
I think sometimes people,
that's not fair, you know.
I think sometimes people, especially like, so there's like this misconception a lot of times of what college does, right? A lot of times you see these players in college and you think, oh man, like they're gonna be so good when they.
I just tried to grab my. I didn't want to get in the way. No, just
get in the way of what, yourself?
I didn't want to. Yeah, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Like there's this, like, you know, like college players. Like when you see a guy who's really good in college, you think, oh, he's gonna be great in the league. You don't necessarily know that.
Right.
You gotta understand that there's a lot more college players than there are professional. That's number one.
Of course.
And 80% to 90% of those kids in college aren't gonna make it to the league.
Right.
So if you see a kid, obviously he's gonna be way better. Like Caitlin Clark is gonna be a lot better than because a lot of those girls aren't going to the league.
Of course, she's playing against non-professionals.
Right. So yes. So when you see her, you're like, oh man, she's gonna be great. But now you take that and you put her into a league with all professionals.
Right.
It's not gonna look the same.
I have her points from the last 6 games lined up just so you can see exactly how it is. So I'll go from week 1 forward. 20 points, 9 points, 22 points, 17 points, 21 points, 11 points, 8 points.
She's putting them up.
She's averaging 15.4 a game.
She's putting them up. She's just on a bad team. But I've seen some of the hits that she's been taking.
She's been getting bodied off of pick and roll, man. Like, yo, man, oh my God, it looked like she got clotheslined in that one clip.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, these women are petty, bro.
I got people hitting me up in the DM of Cody's Corner. I remember we had posted it on the story. Yeah. Welcome to the WNBA, right? I got people that are like professionals in basketball fundamentals.
Yeah.
Hitting me up. What did you expect?
Right. I'm telling you.
You know? And I want to just speak on really quick what you said about the whole privilege thing before. Nobody can help where they come from. You can only help how far you go with what you have resourced to you.
100%.
She must have had an alleged amount of resources to be the highest scoring woman in NCAA women's basketball history. That's no mystery. Mm-hmm. However, that only means she has the opportunity to grow. If she's already averaging 15 on a team.
Yeah. I think she's going to be great.
No, yeah. And if you look at a lot of these games, they're to the thread. You know, I could talk against the Sun, singular, David, 88-84. Against Seattle, 85-83. When they won, it was close, 78-73. You know, it's not like they're getting. Oh man, there was a really bad loss to New York Liberty. Just want to throw that out there. New York sports, you know, God help them. I know you're also going to a Liberty game.
I am going to a Liberty game tomorrow.
Shout out to that. Look, hey, a little representation.
You know what I'm saying? Corner. Listen, we don't just talk about it; we be about it over here. I'm not just gonna sit here and talk to you about the WNBA.
You gotta do it.
And you know what I mean, and not actually be a fan. You know what I mean? I live this. I actually live this.
Could you bring us some WNBA merchandise?
Of course.
Of some sort?
Of course.
I think we should make that happen.
That's not an issue.
All right, no problem.
I already have merchandise.
Oh, I'm sorry. You got the orange. You be wearing the orange hoodie in the crib?
100%.
Let's go. That's what we like to hear, David.
Come on now.
So, with that being said, I think we can both agree that she doesn't deserve it.
No.
And we hope that she develops into a better player just like any rookie would do so.
Caitlin Clark is going to be just fine. The only thing that bothers me, her game does not bother me, anything like that. The way she's going about all of this stuff, not saying anything, just playing, I love it. The only thing I have to say is, let's not be petty about it. Try to welcome her.
Yeah.
And embrace the fact that you have somebody that is bringing all this notoriety and publicity to the sport, and y'all need that if you're ever gonna grow.
Word.
Sorry. So, and if it just how happens to be with her, then it is what it is.
We love you and Splashaway. So with that being said,
one more thing.
Oh please.
Not about Caitlin Clark though.
No. I know.
Keeping it here.
Let's keep it.
NBA has officially signed the new contract with NBC, which means that NBA on TNT is over.
Moment of silence, maybe. Shaq, Kenny the Jet Smith, Ernie Johnson, Shaq. I just said Shaq twice. Charles Barkley. Is it the best NBA sportscast?
It's the best sportscast
of all time.
Best sportscast of all time. What sucks about it is that they don't talk a whole lot of sports.
But they were a great cast.
Like, if you're sitting there watching them because you want to know about the game, that's probably not. You know what I mean? Like, you should have just watched the game. Like, they're good. But their chemistry, and regardless of what Chuck was talking about, regardless of what Shaq was talking about, whether they made a joke out of it or not or whatever, you listened to what they were doing, whatever little skit that they did, you listened because it was entertaining. When they were talking about basketball, you listened because you knew that Chuck was an MVP.
Right.
You knew that Shaq is a
NBA champion.
A 4-time champion.
Yeah.
You know that Kenny Smith is a 2-time champion.
There you go.
You know what I mean? You know that what they're saying, makes sense. So it's just tough to see him. Me personally, there would be times where I would stay up late, knowing the game is over, especially being a Laker fan.
Right, you already got to watch the game starting at 10:30.
Right, so now I'm up till whatever just because I want to listen to these guys.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So I don't know what they're gonna do. I know that whatever NBC does, the cast isn't going to be as good.
Yeah, they got huge shoes to fill.
Yeah, so I don't know where they're gonna go. I don't know who they're gonna grab. You never know. I mean, I don't know which one of these guys has contracts or not. Like, I've seen Draymond Green on NBA TNT a little bit.
I've heard that too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, you never know who NBC is going to grab. I have no idea. But because ESPN has their people, JJ Redick, Doris Burke, Reggie Miller, yada, yada, yada.
Right.
But they don't have, like, a
personality.
No. I was going to say they don't have, like, a sports, like a show like that. That's a pregame, postgame show.
Yeah.
You know, pre, mid, like, that's a show. You know what I mean? Like, all these other, like, people, like, they're
segments.
Right, like,
you get this part and not this part,
right,
and then not that
everybody
part.
Else are just analysts in the booth. You're going to hear them during the game, and then that's it. You know what I mean? So what if NBC is going to have that same type of structure? I honestly don't know. I don't know what the studio is going to be. I don't know who they're going to hire.
Kenny and Charles Barkley would pop into the game.
That's what I'm saying.
Little pop. Hey, who do you think is gonna win? Guarantee it.
You know what I mean? Like,
they were on it, bro.
They were on, like, once NBA TNT started,
Yep.
it was for the entire, broadcast. If it was a doubleheader,
Yep.
it was catching them. They were telling you about this halftime. They was there, and I've watched the ESPN one, the halftime with Stephen A. and Michael Wilbon and what's this guy from the GM from the Warriors. Bob Myers. And their freaking show sucks. Like, no offense.
No,
but it's not really funny or anything like that.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, they're talking a little bit more basketball, but even then, like, Stephen A's takes and Michael Wilbon's takes, like, they're a little outdated and shit like that. It's just not the same.
No disrespect to Stephen A.
No.
I like Stephen A. Big Stephen A. fan, but there's nowhere near what they're gonna recreate in TNT,
it's just not.
Did you hear those rumors about Charles Barkley trying to get the crew on his own production company?
Hey, Charles Barkley's got the money.
Maybe a little podcast action.
Listen, he already has his own podcast in the Steam Room with Ernie. It's just him and Ernie.
Hey, bring him on over.
And that's what they do. Listen, he has the resources. He has the resources. He has the networks. Charles Barkley, if he wanted to have his own production company and have his own little, I'm sure he could do it.
I mean, I'm sure any of them could. But as far as someone who already has that emotion, I think, hey, man, don't knock it. That's all I'm saying. Don't knock it.
Don't knock it.
It's really easy for some of them to probably be like, all right, this is the end of the line. And I know the people are always gonna want a little more, but it'd be cool to get a little bit more.
Yeah.
So on that note,
should we speak a little bit about these games that have just passed?
You think? Look, if you just would let me, right? I want to get it out. You don't know what I'm about to do, but I tried it one time and it didn't work. So let's try it. Got the. No, please continue.
Oh.
Since we want to talk about them. It's LA Nation over here.
Yeah.
Look, unfortunately, we never want to celebrate
Boston, but
pulled out.
They brought the broom out. Yeah, they brought the broom. They swept them yesterday.
Oh man.
They completed the sweep yesterday. Jaylen Brown actually won the Eastern Conference Finals MVP Larry Bird Award.
Which is a fantastic. Shout out to him.
Which is crazy because Jason Tatum is supposed to be the guy on that team, right?
Face of the NBA, quote unquote.
That's not helping your case that your team is carrying you.
Are they carrying him though?
Listen, Jason Tatum is incredibly skilled, dude.
Right.
Like that, he
less skilled than Jaylen Brown.
No, he's more skilled than Jaylen Brown, but I think that there's a killer instinct that Jason Tatum doesn't possess that keeps him from really being, because, like, how do you go off in the Eastern Conference Finals and not win that MVP?
I agree.
And you're Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
We all know Jaylen Brown is good. We all know he got that contract. But Jaylen Brown, we all know the flaws in his games. But you're Jason Tatum. Nobody is looking at Jaylen Brown and saying that Jaylen Brown is better than Jason Tatum. At least they shouldn't be.
They shouldn't.
So if that's the case, why is Jaylen Brown getting the MVP and you're not? Why is he playing better than you are now? Is it because did they give it to him because maybe the late game heroics, Jaylen Brown? I don't know, but from the numbers wise, Jaylen Brown had better numbers.
Yeah, 100%.
So
it's a big question mark for sure, and we don't know how that is going to transition into how they have to play whoever's coming out of the West. We're going to figure that out.
I mean,
it's looking like Dallas at this point. It's
the Celtics.
It's the 28th right now, so they're about to play Game 4 tonight. Is it of Dallas against why am I
Timberwolves?
The Timberwolves, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that that's something that we need to look forward to as far as like.
But you're saying looking forward to, but the last time the Celtics were in the finals against the Warriors, you know who balled out that series?
Who?
Jaylen Brown.
So then who's really
So whose team is it really?
Now
that's the question. That's the only thing I want to know for you Celtics fans, for you Jason Tatum fans and all that good stuff. That's the question I want to know. Whose team is it?
So then if he's the best player in Boston, arguably, right? If he's looking like the best player in Boston in the postseason, why isn't he in the conversation for face of the NBA? It's a fair
answer
question.
No, there is a very real and practical answer for that, and the reason that Jaylen Brown is not the face of the NBA or not one of the faces or not marketable, however you want to say it, is because Jaylen Brown is the face of a lot of what's the like
deals?
No, how do I say it? I'm sorry to pause and stuff like that, but
no, please.
It's he is a activist.
Okay.
Like political activist. Like Jaylen Brown was I forget what March he's very much into that. Like he makes
adamant into
he's
helping the culture.
Yeah, and he's against Nike. Like he's talked against Nike and stuff like that. So if you're the NBA and you've got an NBA player who is talking bad about
smacked the hell out of the desk. Well, that was
crazy.
Well, if you're an NBA player,
right? If you're an NBA player, you play for the NBA, and then a company like Nike who sponsors the NBA, you talk bad about
all the jerseys are NBA.
You talk bad about Nike. You know what I mean? So it's and listen. At the end of the day, he's standing up for what he believes in and what he doesn't believe in.
Right.
And he still was able to go out there and get his bag and everything like that. So,
of course,
being the face of the league doesn't need to be for everybody.
100%.
So, but if personally, that's why I think he's not the face of the league, because there are underlying issues, activist things that he does, and certain foundations that he works with and stuff like that. The NBA is very, all these leagues are, but the NBA is very PC.
Of course.
You know what I mean? It's
satisfy the public.
Right. It's very like the whole thing with Kyrie. Kyrie was the worst person in the world.
Yep.
Whoa. Now he's and anything that they could throw on, he's anti-Semitic. He's anything, the worst person in the world.
And now the whole league is kissing his ass, right?
Now he's
I'm really glad that you brought up Kyrie, and obviously we're gonna bring him up anyway because Western Conference Finals, he's been balling in those Toy Story shoes. We'll get to all that in a second. But what I do want to say is this: I really think that if Jaylen Brown can continue on this road, and you don't know, obviously there's a lot of questions all the time about when you have two great players on a team, who goes, who stays, where do they go, where does this and that. I can see Jaylen Brown and the role he fills on a team similar to a young Kyrie Irving. He's that really good number two that sometimes excels the number one when he has to not be the number one. Is it in that same, he's like you said, political activist, someone like Kyrie who was standing up for a lot of different things, representing themselves first and foremost, aside from companies, aside from what the media may want or not want out of him, and potentially taking them far enough with that role to a championship. How do you feel about that?
I mean, he could essentially do that right now if you're just basically saying to be Batman
and Robin.
But he's I don't know. On that team, sometimes I guess it was kind of like when the Bucks won the championship.
Right.
Right?
Middleton
in the playoffs was Batman. During the regular season, he was Robin.
Easy Robin.
Came playoffs, he was Batman.
Yeah.
He needed a shot. He was clutch. You know what I'm saying? When they won.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he's had injuries since then and stuff like that. So his career has
right.
been a little whatever. But when they won, if you watch those games, when it was clutch time and they needed a bucket and things like that,
yeah,
Chris Middleton was Batman. Give me the ball and I'm going to get it. Mid-range, 3-point, however you want it. Because Giannis is a great player, but his skill set offensively is limited to certain things, especially at that time when they won. His 3-point shot has became better now, but at that point in time was in the low 30s. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
and I think DeAndre Ayton was playing him decently well at the time
things
also.
like that. So,
yeah.
So I do see it happening. However, I feel like it's happening too much in Boston.
Where it's not as for
Jaylen
sure.
Brown is becoming Batman in these playoff scenarios too often for me to look at you like you're one of the best. Luka has Kyrie over there. Luka lets Kyrie get going if whatever, but don't get it twisted. When Luka wants to go get it, he's gonna go get it.
100%.
You understand what I'm saying?
But
So
I feel like Kyrie's playing like that too right now, bro.
yeah, but Kyrie is also at that stage where I think is like where it's almost like whatever you want me to do. Do you want me to go get one right now? Because I'll do it. If not, I'll just let you rock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I have no problem crossing him and getting this bucket real quick. But if you want me to chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I
100%.
feel like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are almost not saying it, but like maybe kind of fighting for who is that.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that in these certain playoff moments and situations, Jaylen Brown is coming out on top.
Yeah.
You know?
So can I ask you a question? Does that unsolidified identity of who's the number one take away when it comes to the finals of how are we going to do this? Because I'm not going to lie to you. We haven't even gotten into the Western Conference Finals yet. Let's say it is Dallas. Let's say it is. That matchup of Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum against Luka, Kyrie is going to be probably one of the best matchups one-on-one between the two positions that we've seen in a very long time.
I agree. However, as much as good as the Mavs have been playing and as great as Luka is and as great as Kyrie is, I don't trust Daniel Gafford. I don't trust P.J. Washington.
Okay.
I don't trust Derrick Jones or Derek Lively.
I trust Al Horford.
I trust Al Horford.
I trust Derek White.
I damn sure as hell trust Derek White. I damn sure as hell trust Drew Holiday too.
Come on.
I'll
defensive
trust
player.
like so. It's just like so. Those you're right. Those individual matchups are gonna be great, but the problem is that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum ain't guarding Luka.
No.
You know who's guarding Luka? Drew.
Has to.
You know who's guarding Kyrie? Derek White.
Interesting.
Oh no, it's not. Those are your two best defending guards
also
on the team.
Haven't brought it up.
And Drew Holiday is probably it's a toss up because Derek White's a very good defender too.
That's the thing, bro.
But either way, so switch them off. Doesn't matter. I just saw Derek White guarding Miles Turner last night. Okay. Successfully. Which I don't know if that says more about Derek White or less about Miles Turner.
Well, look, I don't want to put it out there. I know New York fans are upset.
Soft.
Obviously,
How are you 6'10"? Sorry.
Go ahead, please.
Nah, that's nasty work. That's nasty work.
I want to say this because even though and you might disagree with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously Boston is Boston. We're the clear-cut number one in the East going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
No mystery. However, sweeping Indiana, I think that if you look at these games, 133 to 128, 114 to 111, 105 to 102. Game 2 was really the only blowout. I think the league has to give Indiana a lot more respect going into next year.
If there is something, I have heard a lot of times in these playoffs and stuff like that, like you know, these teams don't end up giving the other team a lot of credit, especially not in the middle of the series, because it's like, you know, we're battling right now.
Right.
I heard the Celtics talking very highly about the Pacers all the time, and vice versa. Tyrese Halliburton being hurt was a shame. All right, I still think the Celtics would have won. Right, but I don't think they would have swept them with Tyrese healthy. Also, there was some coaching things that I saw
from Indiana
that I think that aren't being spoke about enough.
Coaching situations as in what? What do you mean by that?
Certain situations in late games. All right, so that game that Tyrese Halliburton got hurt, I believe that was game 2.
Rick Carlisle is who you're referring to.
Rick Carlisle, the coach.
Okay.
So I think that was game 2 that Tyrese Halliburton got hurt.
Yes.
That game, Pascal Siakam is in the third quarter. I think he had like the last 8-10 points or something like that.
Okay.
Balling. Ended up bringing them back to only being down like 13. You haven't watched as much basketball as I, but you watch basketball now.
Yeah, I've been watching thoroughly.
13 points ain't shit.
Ain't nothing.
You can get back 13 points.
Especially in the postseason.
You can get back 13 points. 2 stops, 2-3 stops.
Boston did it how many times in this series?
2-3 stops. So for Rick Carlisle to take out the majority of his starters, right? And to watch how Andrew Nembhard played in these last 2 games. So you're going to tell me that you don't, with the momentum going, Pascal, he took out the starters for the last, and Boston kept their starters in. It's like the last 10 minutes of the fourth quarter.
I remember that.
Are you crazy?
Out of your mind.
Are you crazy? A game like that, even if you lose with playing Andrew Nembhard and Pascal Siakam and Miles Turner, even if you, with essentially your starters minus Tyrese Halliburton,
right?
Even if you go in and you lose, you go into the next game going home with the momentum. Luckily, Andrew Nembhard doesn't need that confidence because he already thinks he's the best player on the court, which is great.
DJ McConnell was playing decently defensively,
right? But there's something. But that decision plays into something like Pascal Siakam. Pascal Siakam last night had 0 points in the last 3 minutes of the game. Pascal Siakam is your leading scorer.
Yeah.
Why aren't you running plays for Pascal Siakam? Oh, I know why. Because you don't run plays. Because all you do is have you guys inbound the ball and just try to run as fast as you can and just try to get.
You saw that 4 verticals little thing they try to do.
Well, I saw the
that was a football route.
Yeah, I saw that, but that's not. But that was just like that ending play. I'm talking about like.
That's not what you're referring to.
I'm talking about with a minute and 30 seconds left and you're up 2 and Andrew Nembhard is dribbling the ball up the court, racing to the other side while the rest of his team is still behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Because you guys are trying to run fast. It's a minute and 30 seconds left. Slow the clock down.
Yeah.
Get it to the guy. Run some type of a half-court offense. Get it to your guy, Pascal Siakam, who I'm not a big fan of his game, but he was killing anybody who was in front of him. Pascal Siakam was scoring in front of anybody. Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday. It didn't matter. Al Horford. Didn't matter who he was putting. He was scoring. So why aren't you running plays for him? Why aren't you taking advantage? You went out to go get that. Those are coaching issues, bro. Like, you're in the playoffs. You're trying to win.
Would you say Carlisle's position is in trouble now, even though
I don't, because he got him to the Eastern Conference Finals. A lot of, they're gonna say the analytics are in all whatever are gonna be like, oh, this is the style of play. But when you in the playoffs, in the NBA, just like any sport, right, the game slows down and stuff like that.
Right.
But in the NBA, in the playoffs, first round, second round, Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals, the game is about defense and half-court offense, half-court sets. How effectively can you execute this half-court offense?
Yep.
Because there isn't going to be, because games are going to slow down, there's not going to be as many turnovers. You're not going to be scoring off of turnovers as much. The game is slowed down. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to be able to run that. So if you're a team that predicates your entire offense on just running. I'm watching Pascal Siakam just running up the floor. Bro, bring the ball back out. Set an offense real quick. Yeah. You just turned it over. You turned it over. They turned it over 3 straight times. Unforced turnovers because they're running into a defense that's already set. If you're Boston, you're like, okay, I'm just going to pack this. That's all they did. I literally watched I watched them funnel whoever was coming down. Andrew, like the last possessions,
Right.
just funnel them, make them panic, and they either got an offensive foul or they turned the ball over because they're moving so fast. I'm like, yo, you guys are up. Slow down. I'm literally yelling at the screen.
Right.
Slow down. Bring it back. Use some clock.
Right. Bad decision by Indiana overall, and obviously they attested to it. They faced the music, some might say. So now that they're out the way, I think the real question is there going to be 2 sweeps in the conference finals between the Pacers and now up 3-0 against Minnesota playing tonight at 8:30?
Kyrie Irving is 14-0 in closeout games.
Saw that. Yep, saw that.
I think it's
Dog.
So, I think it's 15-0 now because I think when I saw that graphic, I think that was right before they closed out OKC.
Yeah.
So
he's still successful. So now that 14 has become what, 17?
Anthony Edwards.
Oh yeah, just say it.
I really like.
Just say it.
I really like Anthony Edwards a lot.
It's hard.
I really like his game a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He's not playing very well. I saw a quote from him the other day that said something like, it had to be like a day ago, and it was, I don't know, but I still think we're better than them.
I still think we have a chance or something like that.
No, he said that I still think we're the better team or something like that.
Isn't he supposed to think that though?
Yeah, but stop thinking that. Because it's not happening.
Yeah.
You're not, or whatever the case may be. Like, I don't know. You got to do something.
Right.
Shit. I don't know, dude.
Before you start Anthony Edwards slander, if you're
No. There isn't gonna
look,
be any slander, honestly.
That dunk in Game 3 over Pat Gafford
Crazy.
was
Daniel
probably
Gafford?
one of the best dunks we've seen in the playoffs in a very long time.
Daniel Gafford?
What did I say? Pat Gafford? Daniel Gafford. Forgive me.
I think you're thinking P.J. Washington.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of P's and yeah, I feel you.
I'm not giving any slander. Any slander that's coming right now is gonna go to Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah.
Who wants to be the best, shooting big man. He needs to get his big ass in the post.
Yeah, why is he shooting threes for?
He's an idiot, dude. He's a like, yo, man, you 6'10", get your bigger. Why is P.J. Washington, who's 6'6", all right, able to guard you, killing like,
at
come
the
on,
perimeter?
Come on, bro.
Doesn't make any sense, bro.
Put him in the post, bro.
Now.
Oh no, I ain't done.
No, please. Okay,
I'm not done.
That ain't a problem.
I'm not done. And then I also got something to say about bum ass Rudy Gobert too.
Okay.
Oh, we need to be better. No, you. What did Draymond Gray say? Draymond Green said to him, "You need to be better."
Yeah,
Talk about all this week. You. I'm watching. Yo, it was so funny watching Luka hit him with that slow ass cross.
Yup.
Tween. And Rudy Gobert waving his hand like this, trying to get to the ball. Like, get out of here, bro. This is your defensive. That's what Luka's saying to, like, this is your king?
Yo.
This is your king.
Now,
get out of here, bro. Before
we get too far away from Anthony Edwards, because I know I just gave him some credit. I gotta knock him down a notch myself. He's great offensively. He's doing his thing. I knew that was bound to happen. We're just gonna keep rolling, right? It's been a little one. So yeah. Anthony Edwards cannot guard Luka or Kyrie.
No shit.
At all.
No shit.
He's not slowing anybody down in that aspect.
Shit.
And I don't know if that has to do with, a little bit of a veteran presence from Kyrie. Luka's been a professional since he was 16.
It's their game.
Yeah.
You literally have 2 out of the, I want to say like
15.
No. Because I'm trying to think of like different players, but you literally have 2 of maybe the top 5 shiftiest players in the league.
Side by side.
Side by side.
Yeah.
Because their game is just so like, Luka looks like he's walking out there.
Yeah.
But he gets to his spot every time. Kyrie's dancing with you. Like, how do you want it, bro? Like, Who can guard that?
It's really something else, bro.
Who can guard it?
Just to throw it out there, Kyrie, game 1 was 6 for 6 with 30 points, 4 for 7 with 20 game 2, and then 3 for 6, 33 points. Oh, I'm sorry. 6 for 8, 33 points in game 3. So
is that from 3-point?
From 3-point he was 3 for 6 in game 3.
Why are you saying 6 for 8? He only took 8 shots and he had 33 points?
6 for 8, yeah, all free throws, all FTs. What?
That means they can't guard you, bro.
Yeah, man, it's really
that means they can't guard you for a lick. If you have 33 points off of 8 shots, 6 for 8, that means that means that like out of every 3 plays they were fouling you twice.
Yeah. I never thought about the math like that. That was good. That was great, actually.
Yo.
It's almost as if you know what you're talking about.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, it really is.
My man's, what was his free throws? That has to be there. What was his free throws?
His free throws were, let's see. Maybe I'm not reading this properly. You tell me. This is Kyrie.
Hold on, where we at?
This is game 1. That's game 2. That's game 3.
That's free throws, bro. FT is free throws.
So where's FG? Oh, here we go.
Yo.
I read the wrong F.
Yo.
I read the wrong F.
Tell you, I was about to go and say no way.
Yeah. That was me being
okay.
Incorrect.
All right.
So he was in game 1. He was 12 for 23.
Okay. All right.
And then he was 7 for 16 game 2, 12 for 20 in game 3.
Okay.
His free throws were 6 for 8 in game 3.
Okay, because I was like, they fouled him every other play.
Oh man,
my man got hit. He couldn't even get the ball half court probably.
Listen, Kyrie, I was gonna say this before. He was doing whatever he wanted in those little cowboy boots he's been playing in.
You hate those boots.
No man, those shoes make me nervous, dude.
Matter of fact,
like he has to be
those shoes had that on them.
No, he had a little broom thing on.
No, I'm talking about
the stuff at the end of the pull down. Hell yeah, it looked like he had a spur on the back of it. He's like, yeah. There's a snake in my boot, head ass fucking sneakers, man. I don't know. You gotta get nervous coming up the field. You don't know which way because its frills are moving all over.
I don't know, dude.
Through the wind? I don't know. He's playing like a monster in them. So who am I?
Listen,
right? But
I love the fact that Kyrie's name is back. Kyrie was getting slandered for a while, as we all know, for all the
from
things.
Boston to Brooklyn
and all that stuff like that. And it was a whole bunch of stuff that had nothing to do with basketball.
100%.
And I'm so glad that he's out there hooping and showing everybody, oh no, I'm still nice. I don't get it twisted, yo. Kyrie is one of the best ball handlers we've ever seen. One of probably the best finisher underneath the rim that I've ever seen. When I say underneath the rim, it's because I like when you think of finisher, you think of like guys at the rim, like Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, LeBron James. Underneath that rim though, that layup package, Kyrie will never see anything like that.
Have you ever heard the story that Kyrie grew up with a hoop that didn't 100%. Have a square in the middle, so he had to figure out how to make it from everywhere else?
Yep, 100%.
You can see that in his gameplay now.
100%. So I'm really happy that that's happening. I really wish that the Timberwolves would put up a fight.
Yeah.
Listen, no team has ever come back from this deficit.
3-0? No, never.
So, the probability is slim to none, closer to none.
Mm-hmm.
However, I really would like to see the Timberwolves put up a fight tonight because I know that I'm going to grab me a cheeseburger somewhere.
Hey, now. Go to Checkers?
Nah, I think I might actually go to Five Guys, man.
Oh, there you go.
I got one right by the cribbo.
There you go. Good. Oh, yep. Good decision. Not the Wendy's though.
No.
Never the.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not never the Wendy's. It's just. I think for National Hamburger Day,
you gotta hit the Five Guys.
I think I want to, a world class.
A world class chain.
An award winning.
Okay.
An award-winning. It's award-winning.
It is. I mean,
when you go in there,
they tell you where the potatoes are from and everything. I like Five Guys. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm a fan. All
right, so I want an award-winning hamburger
just
today.
before we wrap this up, I want to just throw out Luka's stats from this last 3 games.
Nasty.
Also, 12 for 26, 33 points. 10 for 23, 32 points in game 2. 10 for 20, 33 points in game 3.
Nasty work.
They're both basically putting up 30 a game.
Nah, because they can't be guarded.
And we're gonna have to see, what they do tonight, and hopefully, if it goes the way that it should, what they do in Boston. Kyrie going back to Boston. That story is also kind of
That's the only reason that is the only reason why I will support the Mavs and Boston series, because I really wanted to see Timberwolves, but I want a good matchup in the finals. I want whatever team to win to have fought for it.
Right.
A good, like, let it go 7 if it needs to, whatever.
Right.
And I think that there is enough animosity between Kyrie and the Celtics organization and fans. Not the Celtics players, because I don't think that Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown or any of them have a bad relationship with Kyrie. Because I don't think that's what it was. But I think that, like, somebody said something like the racial slurs that Kyrie is going to hear in Boston may really be, like, outrageous. And I hate to say that, because I hate, like, anything like racial like that. But I've heard stories. And
I mean, everybody knows about what goes on in Boston, at least in history's past. So someone that did them not that Kyrie did them wrong, but someone that stood in that jersey, stomped on the Celtic, and then didn't do anything for them as a player. Now to come back to them in the finals, those refs are gonna be on one without a doubt. But with that being said, man, I think that's really it from us right now.
Yeah, man, I don't got anything else other than,
the Yanks are still popping now.
Yanks are popping. I think we got the best record in baseball.
There you go.
Other than that, man, Rangers play tonight.
They do.
They play tonight. They are up 2-1, I believe. So, New York sports. It's a shame that the Knicks couldn't have made it a little bit further. It would have been nice.
But we got to see Indiana booted out.
Indiana booted out very quickly. But other than that, man, finals.
Just throw it out there. I'm sorry, not to cut you off, but the Phillies are the only team that have a better record than the Yankees in baseball right now.
There you go.
That's the only, and they're only up by 1 win. So
okay, so that's what it was. All right.
There you go.
And finals start June 6th. And depending on what happens tonight or the next couple of nights, we'll see who's in it. But I think we're gonna have a little Parleezy for them ready for them.
Yes, sir. The next episode will be out on podcast June 4th.
Right.
And then after that, the YouTube will be out June 5th. So we'll have a chance to have a little parlay for you for Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
You guys will have 2 chances to look at it, whether you listen to it, whether you watch it on YouTube, please do both.
We appreciate both in any way that you follow us and what's going on with us.
Subscribe, please. Gotta throw that in there.
Like it. Oh wait, this is some content creator stuff.
There you go, do it.
Like and subscribe.
There you go, like and subscribe.
And I think that's it, man. So if you got nothing else to say, I'm good to go.
I'm good to go, bro.
And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see ya.